is up, ladies and gents? Jason Ward, Ward's Way to Fitness here, coming at you here on Super Bowl Sunday. So, today is the Super Bowl. I don't know if you guys are excited at all. The topic of the Super Bowl has led to what I decided I would discuss today, and that is how to track alcohol. As most people like to enjoy the game and enjoy a beer or two or 10 or whatever. And so I want you guys to understand how to make that work inside of your diet framework. So whether that be for muscle building or for fat loss, there are things to be aware of when it comes to alcohol. So first up, alcohol is different in terms of calories per gram than any other macronutrient. So we may know from previous videos or talking with me that fats have 9 calories per gram, carbs and proteins have 4. Alcohol has 7. So it is a little different. It is technically a carbohydrate that has been distilled, but due to how it is digested and metabolized by your body, it can be counted as either carbs or fats when tracking. So it's really your choice if you want to calculate it as carbs or if you want to calculate it as fats, or maybe a 50-50 split of the two. So it really depends on what other foods you want to include for yourself that day, right? So because it is pretty well right in between that 9 and that 4 of carbs or fats, you can calculate it as either to take away the calories from and the grams of each of those from your daily needs. All right, if you're not tracking macronutrients, then you don't really need to worry about that and should just try to be aware of some of the potential pitfalls that come along with alcohol, which is where I'm going to go next. So the big thing that you need to understand is that alcohol is preferentially metabolized. So if you're taking in alcohol and food at the same time, the alcohol is going to be metabolized first because your body treats it just like a poison. It needs to get metabolized and out of the system as quickly as possible. And this is how it starts to create that drunk feeling that we all have probably enjoyed at one time or another in our lives. So because of this, it can leave the rest of the foods that you may be consuming, and this is including the mixes that might come with the alcohol, in a state where they are at a higher possibility of being stored as body fat. So because the carbohydrate, the alcohol is being utilized first, it does provide your body with energy. So your body can utilize that energy to help fuel it. But there are also the intoxication effects that do come along with that. So you do need to understand that the alcohol is the first thing that gets processed, and then you can take the carbohydrates and fats if necessary to fuel your activity that you're performing at that time. Otherwise, the excess calories that you may have taken in will be preferentially stored as body fat. So this is a potential problem in any goal, right? So if you're trying to build muscle or if you're trying to lose fat, it doesn't really matter. This can be problematic for those goals. All right. The other thing that does need to be considered is the fact that alcohol lowers inhibitions, which generally leads people to making poor decisions. So if we're talking about a fat loss diet, this usually means that you're going to binge. And if you're on a muscle building plan as well, you could still have a binge. It might be less damaging since excess calories can help you build more muscle, but because those calories that have been taken in are preferentially going to be stored as body fat, you will likely not gain much muscle as a result of that. Instead, you'll probably gain more fat. So that's not really conducive to either goal. That being said, you can enjoy alcohol in moderation and still see fat loss effects or muscle building effects. It's really just a matter of controlling how much you wind up taking in. All right, so just be aware at your Super Bowl parties today that you can account for the calories that you're taking in from alcohol, and you can account for the grams of each of your carbs, fats, proteins, and decide how much food you're going to have, and try to stay away from those binge eating potential problems, as there's also obviously often very high calorie foods available at these Super Bowl parties. All right, I hope that was helpful, guys. If you have questions on nutrition, fitness, or would like to hear more about alcohol, whatever, post up below. Fire me a message on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever your preferred social media platform is. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for future content. All right, guys, have a great day.